Hi guys, welcome back to my amazing kitchen. And if you are new here, kindly join the amazing family by subscribing. In today's video, we are going to be cooking some Ghana jollof. Not be any other jollof, Ghana jollof papebi. This recipe is going to help you nail your jollof each and every time. So let's get right into it. I'm going to be cooking some meat jollof, so I have here my meat which I have already cleaned and cut into sizable pieces. I'm using pork chops, but you may use any meat that you prefer. I'm going to season my meat with some black pepper, some ground aniseed and some salt. I'm going to add all of that to my meat. And I'm also going to add my homemade all-purpose marinade. And if you haven't seen that video, I will link it down below. But you may also blend some ginger, garlic, pepper, onion and add it to your meat. I also have about 4 sprigs of rosemary, which I'm going to finely chop and add it to my meat. And if you don't have fresh rosemary, you may also use the dried version and it will work perfectly fine. You may also add your rosemary to your ginger and garlic blend and add it to your meat as well. That will work perfectly too. Now give it a quick stir until all the meat is coated with all the seasoning and bring it to a boil. Now we are going to boil the meat until it is done according to your preferred doneness. Whilst our meat is boiling away, let's take a look at the rest of the ingredients we will need for our jollof rice. I have here sliced onions, tomato paste, again my homemade all-purpose marinade. I have some bay leaves which I have nicely washed, the dried ones. I have my rice, I'm using jasmine rice, and I'm also using my homemade jollof seasoning. And the tomatoes I'm using today is Pasata. Pasata is tomatoes that is simply sieved and boiled down, so it contains less moisture and cooks really fast. And in case you are not used to using Pasata, this is how Pasata looks like. But of course, you may use any tomatoes of your choice. And if you are yet to see my jollof seasoning, I will link it down below so you can check that out. My meat is nicely cooked to my preferred doneness, so I'm going to add about 1 cup of oil to my cooking pot and brown my meat. And I'm going to save the stock for later. Remember that the meat is already cooked, so we are just trying to get some color on it so that it will make our jollof look beautiful. My meat is nicely browned, so I'm going to remove them and set them aside for later. Just a look at how beautifully our meat is browned. It took the grace of God for me not to finish all of this before the jollof. So do well to keep away from yours. In the meantime, I have cleaned the oil I used to brown the meat and I'm going to add it back to my pot and add my sliced onions. And I'm going to fry the onions until they are soft and tender and add my homemade all-purpose marinade. This stuff is that good, that's why it goes into everything. I'm going to fry this for about 2 to 3 minutes and add my tomato paste. I rinse my bowl with about 2 tablespoons of water and add that as well, and then cook this on low for about 5 minutes. I want to cook down the sourness that comes with tomato paste. And then add my passata or any other tomatoes that you are using. Again, I rinse the bowl with just a little bit of water and add my bay leaves. I cover and allow it to cook for about 10 minutes and then add my jollof seasoning. You may use any seasoning that you prefer. But this seasoning has curry, smoked paprika, a lot of goodies. I will link it down below so you can check it out. I cover again and allow it to cook until the oil settles on top. So now is the perfect time to add our rice. I choose not to wash my rice, but if you prefer, you may definitely wash your rice. Give it a quick stir until every single grain is coated with the beautiful stew that we just made. And as soon as that happens, we are going to add the stock from our meat we reserved from the beginning. Now stir to loosen up the grains and add your salt, and you want to salt it according to your taste. I tasted mine to make sure that it is well seasoned. Now I'm going to cover it and allow it to cook for about 10 minutes until most of the moisture is evaporated, and then cover with a wet parchment paper to trap in the steam. Wetting your parchment paper makes it more flexible to use. That's the only reason why I wet it. Now cover your pot and allow it to cook for about 20 minutes before opening it. Most people think that you have to open your pot every 5 minutes to turn your jollof, but doing that will only make you lose the steam you are trying so hard to trap in there. So after 20 minutes, I check on my rice and it is cooking beautifully. So I give it another stir, cover and let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes more. So 15 minutes later and our jollof is beautifully cooked and almost ready to be served. But before that, I'm going to add my meat and allow the meat to cook together with the rice for about 5 minutes more. Remember that the meat is already cooked, so we just want it to cook together so that it will warm it through. And voila! Our delicious meat Ghana jollof is cooked and ready to be served. Just look at jollof. Warasha jollof. She jollof papebi. The colors are popping. It is single grainy, not sticking together. This is Ghana jollof cooked to perfection. If you follow this recipe, I promise you that your jollof is going to come out perfect each and every time. And I'm going to serve mine with some Ghana salad, which I have already shared the recipe, and I will link it down below. So guys, remember that cooking should always be fun and exciting. So try to cook each meal with love and see it radiate through the hearts of your family. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you in my next video. Bye.